level 25 with your talent. Not quite a sniper, but still, it's like 175 attack range is nuts. And
you are over 1,000 range.
As you said, the Vici lineup has no real reach outside of the Wraith King, and this is a paparazzi Wraith King. This is not your typical 3. He's going to be hard farming. I would expect a Blink, an Armlet or Blade Mail, and possibly just a Radiance, because I mean this is paparazzi. He is one of the better farmers in the Chinese region, and I would not expect him to be playing an early style whatsoever.
I just want to see Lina get these like Hurricane Pike, like MKB Scotty or something. Like I'm talking items where
that's ambitious.
I'm saying like as the game goes on, his whole purpose is I don't think he should rely on burst. I think he's nice to be a magical nuker in the mid game, but they don't win. Like they already have so much magic burst, and it's already conceptually countered by Vici's lineup.
Well, middle, we saw double wards actually getting putting down by both players right there. Now bottom, it looks like VG, they're just allowed to get a rune, right? I mean, he already used Bramble Maze, but they're going to try to fight anyways, and it will be Tavo who picks it up, but King RD in a ton of trouble right now. And now
he's dead to a stun.
He's just going to die, get right clicked.
It is only right that
and another stun's going to come out onto the Tiny.
Zero armor hero.
And this is not looking good as well for Tavo, but 3 seconds left on a stun.
That's just not how you want to start off your day. Like, especially after with Bramble down, now another one wasted. Like King RD, man, you gotta. Oof.
Radiant structures are
the fort. This is the Ori using it to secure the mid wave and then, or to secure the range creep mid, and then Weehaw forts the Death Pulse. So I love the fort using mid lanes. Such a high skill thing that's obviously very new.
I mean, Ori still got both yet though.
Yeah, I'm saying that like both players doing both players doing what they need to do, but Ori making the like that little difference. It's such a big deal if you don't fort there on either side. If Ori doesn't fort, he doesn't get the range creep. If Weehaw doesn't fort, Ori 100% gets the range creep. And now Ori's got the level 2 and he can dive. Yep, because Lina's only level 1.
Told you. Lina, he hasn't skilled anything on Weehaw? What the? That is so strange to me. He's just like not using mana. I'd say like rule number 1 of playing any lane is to try and get your spells off.
Lands a stun, but the creeps are already going to be there for Ori.
Won't have to tank a tower.
He's still doing quite well on the Necropost though. This is really not a matchup that I think he should be winning.
Yep. Tavo, they end up getting paparazzi bottom. They just lay Bramble Maze and
oh, mid? He might be dead.
That is he? It's gonna be Ori, and he's getting right click down. There's the Dragon Slave level 3, and wow, that is pretty simple there for Weehan. We see the triple tip coming out.
That was such a heads-up play by Wee. He willingly gave up 2 or 3 CS under tower and because he had 3 stacks of Fiery Soul, so he had the positioning to get his stun off.
So, Lina versus Necro time, and look at this, another stun from the uphill, just gonna throw at harass. And how does Lina deal with Necro once he gets these higher levels of just self-sustaining abilities?
You just have to kill him with 6.
Just kill him with 6.
Yeah, Necro's best dealt with heroes that can get to level 6 and then kill him. I think heroes like Lesh, Lina, these type of things, you can't really ever harass him down, but if you're a hero that can threaten to kill him at 6, it just changes the way that that Necro plays the lane. Same with Pugna. That's why Pugna is considered a hard counter.
Tavo will barely get out of bottom, and then Paparazzi and land him as well. It's a very hectic bottom lane right now. So what's different between a middle Tiny and off lane Tiny? Is there anything like conceptually different? Do you go Blink, Shadow Blade, or?
I think they play the same way. You just get a little bit less if you're in the off lane in terms of levels and your snowballing start.
Yeah. I just think he's a better offlaner because all of the items he would buy are so cheap. And man, this is a huge rune. Weeha's going to pick up the double damage. That's very surprising that, I guess bottom lane, Oracle, rather Wyvern can't really make space in that direction. Possibly because he doesn't have boots.
Yeah, no boots.
Have boots, he'd get that bot rune.
Where's the consistency?
That double damage, you see just 1 stun, 2 hits. Pretty easy. And wow, Weeha is doing pretty good job. Well, not really, actually. He's getting destroyed CS-wise. He gets that kill, but I mean, Ori probably, I mean, you look at the net worth early and, oh, technically Weeha is winning.
Yeah, the DD certainly helps, but he was losing the lane up until this point, even with that kill, but now he'll win these 2 waves.
He's winning in levels, and Lina, like this year she got nerfed, like or way earlier this year, that her level 1 Q does not do nearly as much damage, and I've seen very few Linas get off to a CS advantage in the first couple levels, so it should get easier and easier as he can always secure multiple creeps with 1 Dragon Slave.
Yep.
Meanwhile, top Lance flying out. It's going to be on 11 right now, but they're going to try to turn it around on PL, who is the 1-1-1 build, and just a lot of poking and prodding, it looks like, in this game. We have 3 kills already, but... So, what is HFN? You talked about HFN. Is he the farmer this game, or is he trying to enable, like, the Lina to farm? He's the one who needs to farm.
He just shoves lanes and runs at enemies. Lina, or rather we, is going to be the one playing around the PL's movements. But I think Lina is just going to shove waves and then try and stay off map. Same with the Tiny. PL's just constantly going to shove. They have to play this way because the paiN supports don't really have any lane shove of their own. So it puts a lot of pressure on Lina and PL to both have good games and be constantly on map.
Yeah, I was going to say I personally hope Lina plays on map 90% of this game.
Yeah.
Now, bottom lane, Tavo and Electro. Oh my goodness, the crit will secure Lan M the kill. Now, Dark Willow. Oh, he tries to fake out the Shadow round, but yeah. You got to give it a shot. You know he's not going to fall for it, but why not?
It's one of those, make them make a mistake. Make them make the right play, too. If they mess up, you're going to kill them for it.
And it looks like actually Dire might get 3 bounties. Nope, 11. Will bounce on over and take the rune.
Precious bounty.
And they're going to leave the rune for Weeha, actually. That's a little bit of a gamble, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think that once you see that the enemy support is going to the rune, yeah, it's just
you have a ward that sees them, too.
Simple as that. Now Weeha goes back middle, has level 6, so this is now, you land a stun, is it almost guaranteed a kill?
Dude.
Well, it might be up here, because Fenrir will go down, and the instant tip. I mean, we've talked about it before. We've talked about tipping in professional games. At TI, do you think it tilts people even a little more, the fact they're playing for so much, you know, the world championship, a little more money, or is it still the same? You just ignore it if you're the other team?
At this point, it's been a part of the game for so long, I feel like you just ignore it.
Just ignore it.
Like, how many pubs have all these guys played scrims where it was constant? Like, at this point, it's just noise, much like the in-game music or last hitting sounds.
Do you think, like, in scrims, if they did it, you just stop scrimming them? You're like, if you're gonna taunt us like this, we're not gonna scrim you.
I mean, you just mute them, right?
Yeah.
You see the tips, but at the same time, like, that is the clapback possibility where somebody tips you 2 or 3 times, then you beat them in the game or outplay them. Like, you just feel bad.
And look at this, another double damage rune for Wee middle.
Looking to make the kill happen.
Yep, let's see, he has the boots up.
Ward though, Radiant Ward.
Well, we all will just get his level 7, but look at this, he just dominates the entire, should get another deny here as well. And this is looking pretty good middle for Weeha now. He came back from that very early deficit in the CS charts.
Yeah, he actually made a good move there to cut off Ori to come back from the tower once he ran top river, but Ori actually TP'd, so he was gonna just...
Bottom.
Oh?
Tavo, those skeletons, look at, they don't one-shot, they're still chasing down, but the root will be enough, it looks like, to save Tavo. And barely gets out of there. He's almost level 5. He gets the bottle. So when do you get bottle on an offlaner? Like, is there just a certain moment you need mana, you know you're gonna have bounty runes, or why do certain offlaners get it?
It's a reactionary purchase. You're just saying, you take like a heavy trade and you're looking at your gold. You're like, I have 500 gold. I'm gonna nuke this creep wave and get a bottle. And a lot of times it's ideal to have it be slightly close to the 5-minute bounty rune mark, just so you can get the full charges and refill.
And they're going for him. He's going to have to dodge the other route. He does it nicely, and he will get out of here now. Oracle going to go in. Tavo could be in a decent amount of trouble himself, but King RD doing such a good job of zoning the toss. Oh, what a play by the Oracle Fates. He did well help save, and now King RD in a little bit of trouble himself. He's trying to run away, but he's going to get scouted out. Another stun flies, and you can only Shadow Realm disjoint so much.
It's a great play by Fenrir there. And then also, nice heads-up play by Lana, recognizing as soon as he's alive that if he gets his spells off, they'll secure the kill on Willow. So, well done.
Man, Fate's Edict, quite the spell. I mean, you talk about it, but sometimes you just don't see it in action. Right there, he just avoids like 400 damage from it.
Yep, and
on Lina.
We've seen many games like this, but as always, paiN's big issue is going to be the support combo of Vici. And if they can take out the Oracle specifically, they'll have a very easy time closing out a fight. But otherwise, their AA and their Lina and their Tiny to an extent are going to have issues finishing kills.
And he he TP'd to the shrine here. Which way will he walk up? He's going to go up the other way. He should be able to see him, but he's going to hit the stun. Here comes Laguna Blade, and guess what? That's an arcane rune, Laguna Blade. It'll be back up in less than a minute.
Nice
That's
play.
just he knew they were harassing. He's like, I hope he TP'd the shrine.
And this is the style of Lina I appreciate the most. He's going phase boots early, maxing fervor instead of stun secondary. He gets the stun off on Ori as well.
Yeah, my bad, miss. That Lan Am over here is going to go down himself, and it looks like Ori will run away, no Laguna. And now stun's going to fly out though on Tiny. And he's just gonna get right-click down. It looks like my paparazzi and the skeleton. Look at those skeletons getting the kill, and now they're gonna go after King RD.
Oracle's rotating mid, but Lina is so fast with the 3 stacks and phase boots. And we were mentioning that she was down in CS early, but Lina's a hero that if you are not losing in levels by level 5, you just naturally pull ahead because of how her nukes scale. Top lane, diving 11.
He doesn't have a swashbuckle for 3, but he will get it up before he dies. Can he make the play with it? He tries, but he's gonna get frozen in plays. No, but another Fate's Edict, he will get healed and gets out. And this Oracle putting in a lot of work early game for him. Also, Weehaw has gotten every single rune right. 2 double damages and Arcane. He's done such a good job just dominating it. Middle lane, Weehaw will go down though.
He got slowed by the Wyvern into a Reaper's Scythe by Ori. He didn't get the kill with the Reapers, so he doesn't have the extra respawn time.
But he gets the kill.
Yeah, still bring him down.
Bottom, King RD, another Shadow Realm. That's gotta be so annoying if you're paparazzi. But you know it's gonna happen, so it's kind of on you if you keep doing it.
I mean, HFN is having such an incredible game right now.
Yep. He is. He's just sitting up top.
For the
And it will be a stun. They do need to make sure they secure their own bounty run. It looks like Tavo will go up there and get it. Meanwhile, yeah, as you talked about, HFN, level almost 7.5. What's he flying out right now? It'll be a Ring of Health plus the clarity.
I think he's going to be going hood. Yeah, I like that style because he can just play so aggressively with it, and he's not really threatened by any damage dealing from Vici. Wow, it looks like Papa's gonna queue up a Blink Dagger? That's surprising.
So why is it surprising?
That's like the off-lane Wraith King itemization, but at the same time, like this bottom lane, you're playing against a Tiny, one of the stronger anti-melee laners in game, and maybe you feel pressured.
Yeah, look at this. King RD is going in pretty deep. He doesn't have Shadow Realm. He's just gonna die, and this is gonna be a full rotation. Ori plus a canceled TP, but Tavo, he's just gonna run away. And here comes an AA blast from downtown. Don't believe it's gonna hit anyone. They're gonna try to lock down Tavo, who will have some status resistance, so he might get out of here, and he's getting stunned up though. He's gonna try to run. Nice triple stun there. They're trying to chase him down, but he will get out, man. Status resistance pretty good. On the backside though, they're gonna look for the Wraith King. They can't even pop his ulti though. King RD will make it so they can't come uphill in the tree. Not enough.
His status, he's got 1,500 health at 11 minutes.
Yeah, that is pretty nice. And a stick, right? So you just have like more guaranteed health.
Yeah, this is still great though. I mean, up top, yeah, Pango's got a Javelin. He can help. He can harass and deal with the kill illusions, but you're fine with this if you're HFN. This is a free game for you.
Yep, and that's HFN. I mean, that's how a lot of paiN games go, right? Like they roam around as 4. All of a sudden, HFN is 4 slotted at 30 minutes in. And you're like, well, we can't deal with this guy.
This is a great move as well. They're gonna get this bottom tower for free on paiN.
Yep, it looks like it. They don't get it denied. Nice stun by Tavo. They still haven't popped that Wraith King ulti, but it looks like they will. Here comes the A blast. Will it hit? It hits on 2 of them. Won't hit on the Wraith King though, because he just came alive. Laguna's gonna fly. He's gonna get ulted up by Fenrir. And they're not committing too hard for this. They're gonna go for a stun. The toss in Weehaw. He's there. He actually completely whiffs, and oh no. King RD is gonna get punished for the whip, and now instead Weehaw gets stunned up. Here comes 11 from the top side from the shrine. Stun's gonna miss from Weehaw again. Weehaw just gets run down. Tavo will help secure the kill on Fenrir, but now they're gonna get 3 for 1 after some key missed stuns from Weehaw.
I've been part of a team that made similar plays to that at times, and we made a rule at a certain point that tossing your teammate in was only allowed if you were sure it was a good idea.
I don't think they were sure of that.
They weren't so sure in that position, but a little bit of a misposition from King RD, but Lina just holding his ult. You saw him stop cancel it a couple times as they chased, waiting for the opportune moment, sees the toss in, they clump up too much, Wyvern ult gets 1, then they end up getting the 2 to follow because of just excellent play.
Yep. You look at this net worth, like you said, HFN having a free game on PL Lina there, but the next 3, I mean, Tiny's having a little bit rougher one. You do have this Pango who actually can put out some DPS and come to fights like we just saw.
Yeah.
And then a Reaper side right can just change the game.
I'm not sure, BSJ, does Pango deal with illusions effectively enough once you hit like a heart timing later on?
No.
No?
There's like this mid-game point of the game where he deals with your illusions, and so that's like a power spike for him. But as the game goes on, he has all of his damage numbers are flat. So eventually you outscale it. The one thing is if you have some way of bursting the kill, because you have so much control with like the blink ulti from the Pangolier. But this game they don't really have like glaring amounts of damage follow-up.
Weeha's just going to get locked down a little bit in no man's land by himself, but look at this. They are going to find Fenrir. This could possibly be a kill. Fenrir is going to ulti himself and try to run, but he's just going to get rooted over and over trying to get out. He gets rooted again, but 11, if he can get this kill, he hops over the ledge. Nicely done. Fenrir does go down the backside after his ult goes. Javelin proc, not even needed, and a pretty good 2-for-1 from Vici Gaming.
So the name of this game is going to be, well, Wee has to play a bit crisper, because if he continues to get picked off, he's going to fall off hard against all the strong kill potential of Vici Gaming. He's got to be far enough ahead that he can maintain his elusiveness, but PL of HFN, he's the key. If he can get to a point where his illusions just don't go down to the swashbuckle and the Q for Mori, like, he can win fights single-handedly by just jumping on top of the supports and then creating chaos. And it's going to be important that he maintains this lead and grows on it. Probably like a 3 or 4K lead on the whole game will be necessary by maybe 25-30 minutes.
I'd love to see Lincoln's on PL this game too. It's not I recommend very often, but
I wouldn't recommend. Don't let him.
no, that's the only way he ever dies is single target stuff, and they can actually burst him if they manage to get a Wyvern's Curse.
Lina again bottom. Oh my goodness, is that Terrorize? It will hit 11.
I'm talking like 3rd or 4th item.
The thing is, you die to Pango. You die to Pango ult, and you die to a Wyvern ult. Like, I agree with you, but at the same time, that's 5,000 gold for one spell. Like, it's just, you can't afford to buy a Lincoln's in this game. You need all of your items to have real impact. Nice deny from Duster mid. And again, because of the changes in the previous patches, tower denies give absolutely 0 resources to the enemy team, so that's worth 2 or 3 hero kills.
I love that. Makes you commit more for that, right? And you have a core versus support, and the support ends up winning that duel.
Yeah.
But so HFN, BSJ, you're this PL right now. You have to be feeling pretty good, right? When do you want to show up to fights? Like, soon, or do you just want to keep doing what you're doing?
You want to keep doing what you're doing, even through defusal, but if fights happen on your side of the map, or on your terms, meaning your team's set up on a tower push, you're willing to show up for those.
Yeah.
You have this defusal timing where you say, I want to take 1 or 2 fights to help my team, but then I want to go back to farming my next item.
Yeah, bottom lane, 11 will get ultied up now. He's going to try to roll in. He will hit Tabo. He will hit King RD as well, but he might just roll out. No, he's coming back. He wants to hit King RD again. He does. Will he go for the swashbuckle? He will. Fenrir gets killed. Ori as well gets a solo kill, it looks like, on Weeha middle. But HFN, I mean, he's got to win this game for paiN, it looks like, because he does get a tower top. But Weeha got reapered 60 seconds.
I like the Shadowblade queued up on PL. He has Manta or Shadowblade as his 2 options. I think those... I think you're always going to go one or the other, and I don't even mind if he goes both, because the way the game's playing out where Lina has suddenly started to get shut down, Shadowblade's an incredibly good damage item on PL, and it also lets you be the guy that takes out the supports.
And to that point, I like that a lot more than a Lincoln's. It provides you that survivability, the elusiveness. It's much cheaper, it's more damage.
And look at this, they are going to get the tower. There's going to be an AA blast. It will hit on 1. HFN has shown up to a fight now. He's looking for Ord, but guess what? You can't purge that. We are going to see a kill on 11, and well, a 1-for-0 tower. I think Vici Gaming might be happy with that, because they do make HFN come bottom, but was he going to come bottom
That's where you want to be on PL.
Okay.
The only time you stay top on PL is if the fights are never coming to you. So you kind of... PL has this period between 12-15 minutes, sometimes a little bit later, as you've seen in this game, where he eventually wants to rotate to the opponent's safe lane and just constantly push the lane. And he doesn't push towers, but he just constantly pressures them. And notice how they already have the ward up in the Radiant jungle. And for PL, you just look for that opportune moment to TP. You're just like, oh, there's a fight, TPing.
Ideally, you want to be a broom, where you just maintain position in the hard area of the map and just either farm or run at heroes at all times, especially once you get up the defusal. So, you don't want to TP if it's not completely necessary.
Oh, and look at that. Terrorized by King RD, I believe, saved Weeha. He just died 3 times in a row and gets reapered again. He would have been dead so long. Tabo now instead is getting run down, and obviously see the damage. Yeah, look at it. Dude, LanM, by the way, is level 11. I want to bring up with a Spirit Vessel phase boots. He is omega farmed on this Winter Wyvern. Like, he is single-handedly getting these kills. Why is...
He's almost as farmed as Lina.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's owning.
How is he so... What the...
4-1-7.
I guess they just abandoned top, right? He was just versus PL the whole time, splinter blasting.
I honestly don't even know how he got that.
Dude, that could be... I mean, you have a support that farm doing that much damage with Spirit Vessel. That's pretty nice. Middle lane, though, we do have a double damage from Lina. And LanM, well, the fact that you're so farmed could be a problem, because you're going to give Weeha a lot of experience and gold.
Radiant structures are
Bottom, 11 and HFN just going into each other. Blink dagger by 11. Oh my goodness, is he get the kill on HFN? He's gonna try to turn it. He does. Weehaw goes down, but wow, paiN goes solo killing HFN.
Is that supposed to happen?
At this point in the game, it can, but he would have to catch you off guard with a blink, which he did.
Oh, and 11, the first tip from Radiant to Dire after all those.
You'd be surprised at this point in the game, PL's still squishy until level 15. The 15 talent's a huge deal because not only does he have low strength gain, but they've also nerfed his base strength twice in the last 3 months.
Yeah, man. It feels like VG Gaming is, it only says 1,000 goldie, but it feels like they're so far ahead in this game, just pushing towers, knowing where to be on the map, and they even deny their middle tier 1, as Kyle said. Guess what, Dire? You get 0 gold for that.
These type of games are similar to yesterday where HFN was playing Spectre and he was the #1 net worth in the game. This net worth isn't online yet. He's the PL, but I can tell you from PL's perspective, he does not want to fight still. So their strongest hero is not fight ready, making their entire team's net worth like deceivingly high. Like it is not supposed to be that high in terms of the effectiveness.
Do this middle lane. A-Blast is gonna flash that shit down to kill Ori. No, he'll get ulted up by the Oracle. Now Pablo gonna be the first to fall. Paparazzi doesn't have ulti, so he will just straight up die. But 11 still rolling around. HFN in so much trouble, goes down, and now they might try to chase King RD. Ori's there, ready to go. No Reaper's sight. Looks like he will just float on away.
Who says Pango's a bad hero? That was single-handedly 11 just turning that fight around, and you can see the effectiveness of Oracle versus all this magical burst damage. Even the AA, like AA really doesn't counter Oracle if you play it a certain way, where you're always going to land the save even through the ultimate.
I think their biggest weakness that I've seen in paiN in the 2 series they've cast so far is that they put all their net worth on HFN, on a hero that's not supposed to exactly fight at this point in the game, and then they fight. I don't mind they distribute the net worth that way, but we saw it on Spectre yesterday and we see it on PL this game. Right after I mentioned their strongest hero isn't ready to fight yet, they take a fight, and then he dies.
Yeah, it's also the positioning of where they're taking it. They're on their side of the river in the mid lane where there's not even a tower to protect. I would much rather them keep the PL in the bottom lane and then position around him, where you're then also given the option, if Vici come to you and they look prepared as 5 to contest, you teleport the PL to the top area of the map and everyone else just gets out of dodge. Yeah. You might lose the support, but you're dragging Vici around the map. You're leading the tempo of the game until you decide it's time to go when your PL comes online. It's not as structured as that. They're just sort of following and looking to battle at all times just because Tiny has a blink dagger.
I would argue
gonna be a big fight near bottom. It looks like Winter Wyvern will throw the ult tail. We'll just get locked down, gonna get stunned. It's gonna be a Reaper sight. See you later, King RD. 70 saves, 11 rolling on the backlines. They've killed almost everyone. Laguna wasted up on Fenrir, and it's a 3 for 0.
Dude, that's
VG's just moving around.
That's an okay engagement if your PL's there, but he's top.
Yep.
And he's showing top.
He's showing top. That's the other thing we haven't stressed is that if you're showing, like we as spectators can always see the good plays because we have the entire map available, but
they see what we're seeing.
Exactly. So when you see the PL just farming top, 11, no fear whatsoever.
Yep, and there's going to be TVs, and now HFN might just get turned around on Paparazzi's here. Doesn't know which one's real yet. Will figure it out. Now PL in a little bit of trouble. Already used his hood. They're going to pop up the shrine. He's going to be fine. HFN trying to run away, but these illusions you see against Wraith King are very good. They're still going, though. HFN voids the swashbuckle a little bit, but now going to get locked down. Shield crash, going to try to jump out again. Can he somehow juke and jive his way out of this, or get a kill? They know which one's real. They see the proc, and HFN goes down, and Fenrir, he won't take any damage. No mana.
Sloppy.
Yep.
First off, you fight bottom. You push bottom with 3 heroes, showing PL, so the opponent knows you're 3, so they collapse on you with 5. And then since PL TP top, they know he's alone after killing bottom. And then since he's on their side of the map alone, they know they can chase him forever.
What the hell? And now Duster just scanned the base to see that Oracle was running back and then shot an ultimate off towards it. And it will land, but
yeah, but it won't
what
kill.
Is that? It's such a strange use. Scan is a very valuable tool. You don't want to use that, especially now that Roche has become an objective. It's 23 minutes. Both teams are more than capable of doing so if they get either a big window or a nice fight.
So what does paiN do now? I know the PL, I mean, he's falling behind. He's not even first in net worth anymore. We see the Necro moving forward. They can't really fight as 5? Do they just stay off map and split push, or?
You have to split push properly, though. You can't push bottom and top. You can't do it. Like, if they put PL top, they're either going to have to react with their entire team, or they're just going to end up getting pushed out of this lane anyways. And it looks like the VG's making the right move. They're running their heroes top. They're getting a bottle or cannon on the pangolier. And HFN, he's in danger zone. This is the worst place to be on the map as a carry player.
They have vision of him too, but he does hop downhill. Smart. They both have wards right here, like exact same spot.
The thing is, it's like his whole team is playing bottom, and I feel like that's where your PL wants to be, is the aggressive part of the map, where even if he were to dive a Pango and die, it's going to be on the enemy corner.
Yeah.
Not your own, whereas if he dies there, like, he's just giving away a free tier 2.
They are smoked up on the 2 supports of paiN. They get revealed by 11.
Oh, is that stun gonna go off time? Don't need it because of terrorize. Well, they're trying to bring him down. There's a double damage just sitting there, but they're gonna save it. Looks like great chef.
That was a pretty sick
Yeah,
move.
that's a flawless kill opportunity, and to your point, yeah, the supports are smoked, but the cores are still showing bottom. It lulls 11 into a false sense of security, and then timely DDD rune might just give paiN a Roche opportunity. It's suddenly a 2K advantage instead of 5.
And not only that, but you could tell 11 was just looking bottom, because he TP'd with 2 supports breaking smoke on him. He wasn't even looking at that. And that's what you mean, he's completely caught with his pants down, and that's the idea of this information game. That's the complete opposite of what they did, where PL's showing top, and the enemy team didn't know to just kill you. Yep. They're showing 2 heroes bottom, so VG thinks, like you said, they're bottom. And then you catch him off guard.
Oh, is he waiting to give it to Lina? Nope, he will take it.
Just inventory spot issues.
So he's got some farm, use that DD, yeah, nice gank into that quick Roche, and look at this, just a 1K lead now, and HFN, he's getting close to that Manta. Is that when, you know, you start playing with your team a little bit more, or do you continue to just do what you're doing?
I think it's the same, this concept of like just being a broom. You just farm everything, and if there's heroes in the vicinity and your teammates are nearby, run at them too.
Okay.
But you're always farming something is the idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Until you're 6 slotted, or do you keep farming even after that?
I'd say until like heart.
You have to keep aggressively farming though. Like, you can't just hit your own neutrals or whatever. As long as you're getting stuff done while you're farming, then you just keep farming.
Yeah, you got to push waves, because your AA Willow can't, so they're always going to be off map running around trying to find kills, and the Tiny would prefer to do that as well. He's going to have the Blink finished on Tavo to go, or sorry, the Shadow Blade to go with his Blink, but lack of Echo Saber means he will be falling off relatively quickly.
Radiant's down the Wraith King, so they want to make this timing happen.
He is, I cannot believe he has a Radiance at this time. He went Blink first. There's no farming tool, but this is scary for your...
I think Peel's going to possibly get caught here.
Oh, here we go. Ulti's going to fly out from 11. It is going to be a nice Glimmer Cape, but they will get him a little bit stunned up here twice. There comes the dust, but he will take it off, and now they're going to turn around to land M. 11 still just going in. Paparazzi in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have the talent yet. He will just go down here. No mana. They're trying to chase. There it goes. Lanham and Paparazzi go down in this Radiance. Well, it's pretty useless if you're dead.
What an... Doesn't HFN have Aegis too?
I believe so, yes.
What? What?
Did they?
What?
I mean, they just not been playing with HFN the whole game, right? Maybe they thought they could pull a quickie over on
They
paiN.
were so deep, though. Like,
they were.
It took 11. He needed 2... he needed to ult on top and then Yule's on top, and they still didn't have time to close. Like, they didn't even have a Blink Wraith King stun prepared. Like, that was a very deep maneuver, and
it did not pay off.
No, it did not.
Sick analysis.
So do the Lincolns on... Do you guys like the Lincolns before Shadowblade on Lina? Why do you do it even if you don't like it?
I think he was a bit behind. They weren't able to make plays. Yeah. So let the Tiny handle that and go an item that allows you to always spam spells, which increases your farming speed exponentially.
I had the idea of Hurricane Pike, but it's the same concept. I think he's absolutely fine to go Lincolns if that's his personal choice. Like, the idea is that you just want to be on map, as we mentioned, and you just want to spam your spells. Yeah. And I like that. I like that he ends up going Shadowblade, because it still gives you that maneuverability and survivability aspect at this point in the game.
Yeah, but you can't go Pike or Shadowblade when you're behind, because then you're like all in on the ability to make moves. You can't actually farm on map at all times. You need to regen.
The way he dies, like the initiation setup of Vici is all single target other than Pangolier. So now, whenever he sees Pangolier on the map, he can play much more aggressively on Lina.
Yep. And this is a good spot now if you're paiN. They've really fought their way back into this game, and it's just the way Dota works. You make one move, kill the Pangolier, take Roche, even game. Vici makes a mistake, now you're in the driver's seat. It's just, can paiN close this game out? And thus far in the tournament, they've had a lot of issues in this phase of Dota. 30 to 40 minutes, You've got your core items, but how do you make those big team maneuvers that give you that decisive foothold to take a win?
Yeah, because you don't just want to push aggressively uphill, especially against Winter Wyvern.
Indeed.
That's tough. And Pango.
Yeah, and the VG team fight is stronger than paiN's, to be certain. So they need to force these skirmishes, find pickoffs, and just play them out.
King RD, you gotta respect the effort. Tries to terrorize, maybe cancel Wraith King's ulti, but won't quite get it. Has a Blink Dagger now in Dark Willow. That is some good positioning.
Yeah. And I would point to Paparazzi's choice of items, where the blink to make moves into the Radiance, like he farmed a Radiance with nothing, like with no real raw damage buildup. So he's a couple thousand net worth behind what I feel like he would be had he gone for something that gave him a little more farming speed, notably like Armlet, even a Blade Mail, just for the bonus damage.
Oh. And this Wraith King, he just wants levels now, right? He's like, I need level 20 or I'm absolutely useless.
That was what made that dive to the tier 2 Dire so strange.
Yeah,
like
he has no mana.
You're diving a PL with Aegis, and if you go out of mana, you're in trouble. Like
he was.
You see sometimes like Soul Ring on Wraith King for that purpose, to just like always be able to pop it before you go down when you're playing against these heavy mana burn heroes.
Happened to Soul Ring anyways. Like, wasn't it picked up on every offlaner? I know it got nerfed a little, but still seems like it's pretty good, right?
The bottle change, runes being the bottle is being buffed, and bounty runes. Nice kill from Wee.
And he had that was his showing of Shadow Blade. I know it's 30 minutes in, but still hiding that and getting a kill with your first thing. That's pretty nice.
I actually think it's a more valuable item as the game goes on, because cores run out of slots to carry dust without sacrificing something, and supports are no longer able to position offensively because they're at risk of going down. They are the targets at this phase, and they die in 2 to 3 seconds.
So Ori ends up, he had Ags queued up almost the entire time, but he ends up going for the Shivas. Yeah. You like that?
It's just anti-PL. They have Radiance, they have Shivas, they lower his damage, but they might be underestimating the amount that Lina and the 2 supports are going to pump out, because they still die very easily to the magical damage.
Look at this. You do see the Splinter Blast doing a ton of damage, but HFN plus Weehaw, they're just sieging it down. They bait out the glyph. And now they're going to throw out a root. Ori will get hit by it. And here we go. It is going to be an ulti, but nothing's going to be hitting him. They're just setting up for a Dark Willow kill, possibly, and they should be able to get it. Maybe not. The Spear Vessel there is going to terrorize it. Only hits the Wraith King, but that might be enough. No, Ori's ready to Reaper. Oh, but no, Lincoln's by Weehaw saves him. What a play. Oh, still dies, but at least
the gem got into a good enough position to pick up.
At least you didn't get Reapered as well.
That's a sick play from Wee. That actually just saved the gem, that move.
Top tower took a lot of damage, though, for paiN Gaming from the Wraith King skeletons.
It's pretty even.
Catapults, yeah. At least that's something that Wraith King can do nowadays. That having that split push pressure threat is a huge deal for any carry hero or any just hero in general. So that's why we're seeing so much Wraith King comparatively nowadays than before.
Yeah. PL gonna go for, he has Shadow Blade Q, but I don't think he's gonna buy it. I'd say
he would have
Heart.
bought it, right?
I think Heart is okay, but it's a bit odd against Heartstopper, but I feel like if your illusions survive and then you are able to take long fights as paiN, which is possible, like you only really lose if you get out team fought.
Look at this. Weehaw could be in a little bit of trouble here. He's gonna get perma-stunned by the Pango, it looks like, and yeah, Weehaw just gonna die here. 80 seconds, does have buyback, and doesn't look like Vici wants to push high ground though.
Yeah, you need a BKB on Lina. They just finished the Heart on PL, and he is in that nice position, 3,000 ahead of the entire enemy team.
Yep.
But it's still tough because a good Wyvern ulti, a good Pango, like they still have the team fight advantage. I just feel like the fights are easier for paiN to play if they have information. You need PL or Willow to dive in, identify the supports, and prevent them from just sitting back. Oh, I mean, Blink Aether is a tough to contest with when a Wyvern has those items. Like you can play so far back, and you're afraid at all times.
Well, he has the gem now, and he's just looking around. He's like, any wards anywhere in Dire? Dire has 1 ward near the tier 1 top, and that's about it. It looks like Vici Gaming gonna try to just take control of this map right now and possibly get this tier 2.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I'm personally not a huge fan of the Heart purchase on PL, but
what would you have gone instead if you had to?
I feel like either a damage item or an elusive item, but
wow.
I feel like you're more survivable being elusive than you are tanky, but just against like heroes like Necro. But it's one of those things where if he wants to enable his team, and he thinks that's the best way to do it, I see his reasoning. I think a lot of the items on heroes like PL at this stage in the game are hugely based on that player's playstyle preference.
Yep. I think just because he has a tiny Lina that are trying to play around him, that he needs to play as a frontliner. It would be nice to go like the Shadow Blade, maybe a Basher, Nullifier, but at the same time, like, who then is left to make space in a fight? If everyone's trying to be elusive, yeah, I need someone willing to just get his hands dirty.
Yeah, I'm saying like I don't feel like paiN can be that hero against the Radiant lineup, but that's what we're here to find out, right? We're gonna see how fights play out, and if he manages to survive the burst just once, this heart will pay off. So that's a big deal. If he forces VG to use even just a couple stuns on him, then, or just like forces Oracle to ulti and he loses half his health and then backs out, that's like enough use of the heart to make you a justification for the purchase.
Man, I was just looking at Duster's items. This might be the most farm he's been in a long time in a game. 4-staff, Glimmer, Wand, and Arcane Boot. There's looking to be maybe a fight, but I think paiN's just trying to get out of here now. Can they? It's going to be a nice route, just zoning everybody out, but Ori blinks forth. They want to get this Tiny so bad. He's just running away. Will it be enough? No, Glimmer Cape will save him again, and now instead of just trying to turn on the Winter Wyvern, the Terrorize going to come out. It only hits on the one. Tavo's dead, and 11 just rolling on everyone. He has that Aeon Disc as well, if needed. And it looks like on the backside, HFN taking a ton of damage. Do they know the real one? It sure looks like he's trying to kill NM. No, HFN just goes down. Now, Paparazzi has a blink up. He's going to go for it. King RD, you might be in a little bit of trouble here. There's a easy kill. That's the gem. And Duster, you're looking like you're in a lot of trouble yourself, my friend. He's going to 4-step over, but double blinks by Ori and 11. And what a team fight from Vici Gaming.
Just little, as soon as Tiny dies there, you really got to get out if you're paiN. Like, Tavo didn't get a spell off aggressively. They missed the toss back, which they were going for to start the fight. As soon as that occurs, I feel like you need to peel immediately, sacrifice King RD if necessary, but they overcommit with HFN, and where was the rest of his team? Like, Weah doesn't have a BKB. He can't commit like that to an engagement, and they end up losing 4. Even though there was a great Glimmer from Duster, it's not enough. Ori does way too much damage just with his presence, and of course the Reaper to finish.
Yep, and he's gonna have an Aghanims whenever he wants. It looks like he's saving buyback for now because he has 3 components on the chicken, and that's gonna be a little scary. It is 40 cents now, right? BSJ at level 18. With the Aghanims Reaper. It used to be 25, and it's a good thing that got changed, because that was nuts, being able to, you know, keep 2 people dead for 4 minutes at that level of the game.
I guess to better explain what I was talking about with the peel heart, is the value of an item like heart is when you can take a lot of damage, disengage, and then re-engage against heroes like Tinker, you buy the heart, but peel can't disengage this game, ever.
There's, what, 3-4 blinks on V?
Yeah, they have like all this chase potential. Wow. They have Pangolier.
Oh my goodness. Instead, they're going to find Tavo. What a smoke out of the Roche pit. They've already used Terrorize as well. Vici Gaming just completely styling.
And I love what Paparazzi did. Like, you don't ever see Wraith Kings by BKB, but he just went for the items his team needed. Blink, Radiance, BKB. All of a sudden,
get in there.
paiN can't kill him. Like, the entire draft of paiN cannot deal with Wraith King, and as long as he gets his BKB off, like, he has full 10 seconds, then he's going to respawn. Like, you guarantee you're going to be a presence in a team fight for at least 20 seconds.
Doesn't get the steal. Yeah, like you said, he just blinked in, right? He dodged the Terrorize that last fight, and you just have a Wraith King with Radiance, right-clicking anyone. Can't do anything.
This peel hero, they've itemized, like you said, against peel with all of their items, and when he's not really far ahead in games like this, this hero does not solo carry. Yeah,
especially, as you said, when he goes the 2 defensive items, the heart and the hood, his damage output is just, it's not there. And Lina, as well, he needs to buy a BKB, I think, before he can actually commit to fights. He does finish it, but when you have Lincoln's and BKB, that's a lot of gold invested in defensive capabilities. He needs that Daedalus to really be able to pump out the right clicks, and until then, they're just tickling the heroes of Vici Gaming. And they're built around tankability. They have 2 defensive supports, a Wraith King, a Necro that bought purely defensive items, and then a Pangolier who did the same.
The sustain on Vici for long fights is insane, and paiN is a hero that relies on long fights because he never bursts you, no matter what point in the game he is, even if he has damage items. So if you're playing a hero like paiN, you have to win the long fights, and VG has itemized, and the heroes they have win long fights now. So it's going to be really rough. If paiN can manage to capitalize on Vici, maybe being a little bit overzealous, manage to wrap around the supports on the high ground push.
So they're not ready for this. They're walking up to the tier 3. They're going to be able to set up.
Two other skeletons.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Skeletons.
No, they'll go farm instead. Yeah, see you later.
That's like these skeletons embody the pub teammates in a nutshell. High ground, no. Ancients, yes.
And they're just going to nuke down this wave. HFN here, land spamming a decent amount of damage done to the tower already, and they're not leaving yet. They're not backing down. Ori, very farm, has the Aegis cheese and a blade mill. Most of them just chilling in his backpack right now.
I think if you're Vici, you're going to commit. They have Aegis, they have cheese. Like, that was what made that last fight so huge. It gives you the critical advantage for the next fight, and this one's going to be dangerously close to the paiN base, probably inside of it. I like 11 cutting mid-wave, though. You need to just make sure you don't let that go all the way back.
These guys have just been running around for like a minute now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
How long do those last? Indefinitely?
80 seconds, I think.
Yep. It doesn't have the
90
spawn
seconds.
timer.
90 seconds.
Are they going to get this kill on the little dragon is the question. No, doesn't look like it. And they're just going to go back into the base.
This is how you play the corral game. You force them all to base, then you get other lanes out because you're in no rush, then they leave, then you go back to base again.
Oh, and look at this. Oh, Ori thought about going in, possibly just getting a quick Reaper on King RD, won't. And they just, as you said, continue to hit this tower and poke it down. paiN isn't farming anywhere. Meanwhile, you know, you've got the Pango just pushing out middle as well. It looks like that tier 3 will go down. Paparazzi breaks the Lincolns on Weeha in this tier 3. Will it die? It does. Paparazzi gets saved even. Here we go. 11 on the backside. He's just going to try to perma-stun this. Lina can't even get BKB out because of another stun from Paparazzi. Will get tossed in here. BKB pop by Weeha this time. And they're going to try to nuke down. Fenrir goes down. Ori will lose Aegis. Has a cheese and a blade mill. Puts the cheese up. 11. Procs that A on this. They're looking though. PL on the backside will be able to jump back into base. Ori, they're all just stuck there together. HFN, Manta's on out. A nice stun coming out from King RD. It locks on the Necro. He goes down. He uses cheese and Aegis. 11 will kill Duster, but paiN might be okay with this. And Paparazzi, he can't blink. His ulti is on cooldown as well. Can they bring down everyone? Nice hop uphill. Paparazzi's dead. This might be killing the Pango as well. He jumps away and will be okay, but Fenrir, I believe this will be a dieback if he goes down. It's not looking good for him. Oh, he steals the bounty rune though.
Might get another one.
He jukes the left. He wants to survive, but King RD says, I don't think so. And HFN just gonna run at him. Defusal, the tree throw won't get it. King RD does, and well, paiN, they win a big team fight there.
That fight was all the Oracle dying. Oracle died at the start of the fight. I didn't actually catch how he went down. PL found it.
And that is why you buy the shadow.
Oh, wow. My bad, I missed that one. Weeha just solo kills 11, who was going for bounty runes.
1,400 gold.
Yeah. You can see they had no effect on the Vici heroes because the Oracle spam dispelling the cold feet and the, you can even dispel Yules if you precast it. Same with the Willow. And instead, he goes down. Now the Necro is all of a sudden isolated in base. They tried to get the Reaper off on the Lina, but as soon as he gets BKB off, that's not possible. Yep. And in the span of that, Necro just goes down twice because there's no Oracle behind him. And then the dieback, he knows he has ult up, so he has to come back to the fight, but they're so far the danger of fighting inside the enemy base.
Oracle hesitated really long on the buyback, and I think he should have instantly done it because
I agree.
like how important he is to the fights. Like even if you don't make it back in time, it's not even worth potentially risking not making it back because your Necro's effectiveness, as you said,
you either do it immediately or not at all.
Yeah. So a little bit of hesitation coming out there. They do get the tier 3 for the side of paiN, which opens up the shrines. Roche is respawning in about 3 to 6 minutes.
Look at that teamwork. Weeha was already there at the top shrine, just killed it immediately.
That's something we saw the teams on the top of their groups do very effectively, where it felt like they would take these team fights, and then specifically VGJ Storm, they were buying back like as they died, like almost like it was hotkey. And I think that that's very important if you're going to try and siege base. You talk about, okay, who is able to die and are we willing to sacrifice to get these critical objectives? And now you're in a bit of a tough spot because Weeha, he's going to be finishing up the Daedalus anytime. PL's getting 6 slotted and you have issues now. Lina 25 as well, like he becomes a turret of damage. You get the bonuses, like all of your abilities increase your damage, or rather your talent.
Yeah. Oh, does look like paiN continues to take the lead. Looks like they did mess up a ward in their own base, so that's
that was intentional.
You just try, you think?
No. Okay.
So where, I guess that's on me. Where are these gems at? Does Radiant does have a gem on Winter Wyvern. Looks like both teams still gemmed up, but how do you what do you do outside your base if you're VG Gaming? Like, do you just move as 5, or what are you trying to do here?
It's a tough spot. I think you got to play around third Roche. I feel like as long as if you're not the ones aggressing and you can protect your supports, you're always going to be at a good spot. It's very difficult for paiN to ever force a team fight because it would allow the Oracle and Wyvern to take far too advantageous positioning.
Yeah.
And if you're VG, then you can just kind of sit on your hands, force a fight around Roche, where your Wyvern can abuse the high ground areas to just always be in position to get saves and key ults off.
Oh, look at this. They're going aggressively into the base. They place a ward down. They will know Weeha's here. Oh, they break the Lincoln, so he's just going to pop PKB. He's going to try to go back in. HFN around the backside. He's going to find Fenrir. And look at this. HFN knows exactly who to aim. He's going to go after Ori now. BKB up. We're going to see it terrorize. It won't hit on anyone, fortunately. 11, though, just rolling around.
The damage,
a lot of
Weeha.
But Weeha, crit 733 to get the kill. Reverse sight will be there. HFN does, but he instantly buys back. Can he keep being? He sure will to the shrine. Tiny, though, going to get killed by his own team. Nice job, Landam. King RD blinks forward. Who will he find? Looks like they're going to find 11, which would be a pretty nice kill. We do see 11 get uphill, though, and they're just going to kill Fenrir instead. And now King RD, he's like, oh.
Does Paparazzi have a buyback right now? Doesn't
he? Does not. We can see if he's close with gold. He is nowhere near it.
See, what did he buy before that fight started?
Mjolnir, I believe.
Oh boy.
He's got damage, but damage doesn't help when you're dead, Kyle.
Yeah, and this is the strength of Lina once you hit this late game timing. You can see he's top net worth, and he does by far the most damage in this game. He was uncontested because Paparazzi had gone too deep, died to the stun before getting his BKB off, and then BKBs, but it doesn't matter because he can't stun Weeha. He has Lincolns up, and he literally just dies to the right clicks of the Lina. And in the meantime, PL, HFN doing exactly what we were discussing. He's diving into the backlines of Vici, forcing them to turn away and just ditch Paparazzi entirely.
All right, BSJ, he went the critical strike instead of the doppelganger in a game. Don't you want the, like, you want to be able to move around the map quicker? Why do you go critical strike this game on PL?
I think he realizes they need to kill targets quickly, not just like he doesn't have the luxury of winning super long fights, as I mentioned earlier, and that's just the adjustment you have to make. If you win long fights, you take the doppelganger. If you don't win long fights, you take the critical strike. And notice how that fight went their way, and it was
a lot of crits.
Relatively short in terms of if you look at the Radiant lineup, how long fights could take.
The Wyvern ult was just sort of a gimme pot shot that got them that exit kill, but the Oracle didn't even get an effective ultimate off. So like that. Those are the sort of fights you want, where you're allowed to just deal damage for that 5-second window, you find kills, and you immediately force Vici to retreat.
Look at this VG Gaming, another pretty aggressive smoke here. But on the other side, it's paiN doing about the same thing, and oh my goodness. They just barely avoid each other right now. And uh-oh, they know someone's there, they blink out, and everyone is within range of each other. They're gonna blink forward. Ori very aggressive, not even 25 if they get the stun up, but Andis is gonna prop on King RD. We are gonna see Root go down, not hitting anyone quite yet. Paparazzi on the back line. Fenrir actually gets feared. He won't be able to ulti anyone right now. We do see Wraith King go down. Ori casts that. King RD won't die. Fenrir is dead on the backside. Weeha doing a good job, doing so much damage. Ori's just gonna get blown up by Weeha. 822 crit. Oh my goodness, and Weeha is a monster right now.
Dude, that's perfect play. HFN found the Wyvern, immediately went on and forces the Cold Embrace. In the meantime, Weeha just finds the Oracle, kills him by himself. All of a sudden, the cores are fodder. There's nothing they can do anymore. And Paparazzi died at the start of the fight too, popped his ult and got the blink off before he could take damage. But still, I feel like paiN's in a position, you can't kill these cores. And they do way too much damage.
It looked like Vici Game was trying to kill King RD, but that Aeon disc, and then he just gets the ulti off, so Oracle can't do anything for his team. It's a dead hero right now, it feels like. And now, a lot of buybacks coming. We've already seen the tier 3 dead. Look at Weeha's like, sure, I'll just hit this Rax while middle tower goes down.
PL was forced to TP top.
I don't know
if he had to do that.
I don't know if I like this decision, but it also demonstrates the respect they have for Wyvern right now.
Yeah.
You're always afraid of catching ulti because anyone near the leaner PL will potentially.
Oh, they're going back in actually. It's going to be a terrorized. It will hit only on the ranking, but Landon will go down. Another good fight by Weeha as well as King RD. Look at this. The damage is insane. Will he get the stun up? Will he time it? Oh, BKB's popped by both. Look at that, still chugging. He's just running uphill. He knows he does not care. Will he get a crit? He gets one, gets two. And I believe this game might just be in the book. There's no buyback on anyone currently on the Radiant side, and Weehaw, he can end this game, right?
Yeah, he outranges
Look at
the
this.
towers.
He's a turret, as you said. And GG gets called Weehaw with his, I think King RD as well with his terrorizes. So well played by all of them. It was a very back and forth game though, honestly.
I think a lot of this comes down to item choice in some ways. I feel like all the cores of Vici sort of went for this hybrid of survivability, but none of them really went all in on their scaling.
Yeah.
And it just Lina level 25.